Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the 9th cohort of Coach.me's Habit Coaching Certification Program. We're so glad you're here with us today. At Coach.me, we match great clients to great coaches, research and train new types of coaching, and provide tools for coaches to succeed. We pioneered the momentum method because science has told us that habits are powerful tools for achieving goals, and we know that coaching is uniquely effective for growth and improvement. We upgraded to this cohort-based certification program 3 years ago from a self-paced approach. Both clients and coaches are really enjoying the enhanced training and practice. And although the curriculum is the same, each cohort has its own personality. This group has been forward-thinking from the start. So in deciding on a keynote speaker for graduation, I wanted someone that would keep that momentum, especially since so many of these coaches have expressed interest in marketing and branding as a next focus. Stephan Noack is an outside-the-box marketing strategist and serial entrepreneur dedicated to helping businesses succeed through scaling and revenue growth. For almost 3 decades, he's dedicated himself to being the best in terms of creative design and marketing, starting from the age of 12. Yes, really 12. He learned graphic design and web design in his teenage years and was hired straight out of his high school graphic design class. Since then, he's won several awards for his work, and he is simply one of the most dedicated and passionate people in the marketing craft. I know Stephan from our time together at Port Royal Ocean Resort, where we became a top 20 producing resort in the state of Texas and navigated the impact of Hurricane Harvey, its aftermath, and reopening. So welcome to the stage, Stephan Noack.
Thank you, Kendra, and thank you to the team over at Coach.me for giving the opportunity to speak today. To all of you, congratulations on completing this program and investing your time and energy that it took to complete this. I know that you are embarking on a journey which will not only change people's lives forever, but in time, also yours as well. Certainly, it wasn't always easy, but likely one of the most rewarding decisions that you've made during your life is now just beginning to take form before us. These investments that you've made into yourself are like little seeds of growth that will grow and prosper outside of this program. Seeds capable of being harvested throughout your future endeavors, both personal and professional alike. Real quick, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Stephan Noack, and I am an expert in marketing strategy and design. And I help business brands, entrepreneurs, coaches generate revenue and help them look good in the process. While this is my first commencement keynote speech, so to speak, I know what some of you may be thinking at this point. Now that you've gone through this process, now what do you do? How do you take everything that you've learned throughout the program that you're in and put it into practice? How do you go about getting clients and really taking the leap? Well, marketing yourself and build personal brand on paper is very easy, but it does take some time and effort. If you're not sure if this process will work for your goals and your journey alone, then let me assure you that putting yourself out there in order to create an online presence while helping people is very beneficial. We'll talk about all that in just a minute. But as you embark down this journey of coaching and helping others reach the next best version of themselves, in whatever area it may be, I want you to remember this quote from Zig Ziglar. If people like you, they will listen to you, but if they trust you, they will do business with you. Now, I want you to think back to a time where maybe you were scrolling on your social media and you saw a video that you really connected with, where the person on the other side of the screen said exactly what you needed to hear at that exact moment. It could have been a quote or, maybe a video of them being vulnerable, going through a situation, maybe something similar to you at the time. Or maybe it was just some inspiration that hit the spot at that very moment. Well, in that instance, a connection was made. And more than likely, you probably liked the video or even followed the person who posted it. So why do we do this? It's not really what the person said or did that, sure, that helped hook you in, but it's deeper and more psychological than that. You made a connection to that person's vulnerability, their emotion, and the fact that they actually jumped on and shared themselves. They started building that trust with you without you even realizing it, simply by being themselves. And as a coach, this is very pivotal in building your personal brand and marketing yourself. Your clients aren't necessarily joining your program for the steps of getting from point A to point B, because let's be honest, if they really, really wanted to do it, they could find a lot of the information out on the internet for free. A piece over here from TikTok, or maybe, this video over here on YouTube, and hey, how about this random blog post I found? What they're actually joining for is you, your experience, your delivery and organization of the content, and most of all, the leadership and accountability that you can provide as a coach. As coaches, we know that we're going to take L's in life, and it's really our job as coaches to share why those L's should be lessons and not necessarily losses. So today I want to share with you some of the answers to now what, and how you can get started in marketing yourself and building your personal brand as a coach. The first step is to really share yourself and build that brand online. As I mentioned earlier, people join your program because of you. So put yourself out there. Most of us walk around with an HD camera on us every single day, but don't really put out enough content because we may be terrified of what others might think or say. And honestly, this is the hardest part for most people to overcome, because we're all our own worst critics. How we look, how we sound. But let me tell you this, even the people we watch at one time hate how they look or sound. One of my own coaches once shared with me that your mess is your message. And what he meant by that was that our own internal battles, or even external battles, problems, and things that we're facing in our own lives are often the best messages we can put out. We're all human, so let's share being human. Everything doesn't have to look polished. Everything doesn't have to look perfect. Just share being human and what that means to you. So one of the best places to start is where you've probably already started, your personal accounts. Start sharing slowly on your existing Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok's account, whatever it may be, and mix that in with what you already share about your family, your kids, your trips. But be vulnerable and open up. Put yourself out there. Sure, you'll get likes, you'll get comments, some good, some bad. You may even have a handful of people reach out to you and question you, hey, how are you qualified to give this advice? The fact is that we're all qualified. We're qualified by our experience, what we've gone through, and the fact that we're making it through it. The great thing about a personal brand is that you are building an audience that will follow you wherever you go. And certainly some will come and go, but this process will help you build an audience that knows, likes, and trusts you, one that you can cultivate over time. And when you build your personal brand as a coach, if you ever decide to do something different, you have an audience. If you decide to write a book, you have an audience. No matter what move you make, you are no longer starting from zero. The next step is to share your best knowledge for free. Give all your best strategies, processes, and secrets away for free. Now, I always get funny looks when I say this, and you might be thinking, if I give all my best content away for free and all my secrets and strategies, how do I make a living doing this? Look at most of the people that you follow online. They're giving tons and tons of value away for free. In fact, they don't even filter it, and you'll notice that. They don't think to themselves, oh, that little piece of strategy is only for my clients. They're sharing everything. There are 3 reasons that I find that it's really important to do this. And that first reason is that you genuinely want to make a difference in somebody's life. Okay. Give them the information that will transform their life. This will help you stay in alignment, so to speak, with your passion of helping people. and also help your content get shared across the audiences. When it's good, it's going to get shared. The second reason is something that I mentioned earlier, which is people are going to join your coaching program for you, not necessarily the information. So the information you're presenting, while possibly having your own spin on it, is not likely totally new content or even original ideas. And if you're sharing the best content you can, people often think to themselves, if this coach is sharing such great information for free, I wonder what they share inside their program. And truthfully, it's much more of the same. Maybe go a little deeper, but now they actually have your attention and your accountability. And that's really what they're seeking as a student. The third and last reason to share your best knowledge for free is honestly probably a little more selfish, but it allows you to grow. By giving out the strategies and techniques that you use to guide your clients forward in life, honestly, some of them may become mainstream, well-known, shared all over the place, but this will help you as a coach come up with new and exciting teachings that even will help transform your own life. The next step is to be everywhere and post consistently, even daily. So we all know, and we've all heard, that algorithms have changed on nearly every single platform, but most platforms will honestly reward you because you're someone that posts consistently. Don't be stressed about what you're posting in the beginning. Just focus each day, posting often as you can. Don't overthink it. Just build the habit to post every single day. Many people make their content in several different ways. Sometimes they record one video, or maybe they jump on a podcast and then they crop that piece of content into micro pieces of content that they can share throughout the week on a certain topic. Some people record all of their content in one day and then schedule it out over the course of a week. Find out what works for you, but don't ever worry about messing it up. You can always restart. You can always keep going. There's always another video or another post to do. Just keep going. There are plenty of inexpensive cloud-based software out there that can help you schedule your posts. Just find one that you like and that works for you and put it to use. If you have the opportunity to speak on any podcasts or give a keynote much like this one, you can use this content and crop it up for pieces of content later. When you get to the point where you're repurposing content, and honestly, that repurposed content makes up most of your content, you'll realize how much of a game changer and time saver it can be. By doing that, by getting on these podcasts or doing speeches just like this, you're going to notice that instead of taking a day to record all of your content, it's already be recording as you're doing promoting for your program or your personal brand. Every couple of weeks, look back at the content that you post and look at the metrics. How many likes, how many comments, how many shares did each video or post get? And as you build your audience, these metrics will help guide you of what to post more of or what to post less of and what has been engaging. So post more of what is engaging your audience. The next thing is to niche down as fast as possible. The truth is, you're not going to want to be everyone's coach. And this personally was something very difficult for me in the marketing field, but you need to realize who you can help and who you can't. This is why most doctors specialize in some sort of way. You know, they may be a pediatrics person or maybe they're a heart surgeon, but by specializing in one general area, you can build out your personal brand around the area and become a key person of influence for those specific topics. Like I said, I know this can be tough at first, and you might have to learn this as you go, but the great thing is you can always switch. Maybe you're starting out on coaching men how to be better partners, but then realize that it's not that they're bad partners, but maybe that they need help connecting to their emotions. At any time, you can switch any of that up for any reason, and your audience will be there to follow you along. The audience that you're growing right now that knows, likes, and trusts you. Either way, be the coach to go to for whatever it is that you want to focus on. The next thing is email's not dead. So build a list. Contrary to what many marketers are out there saying, email is not dead. They just have another product to sell you. So in fact, email is probably one of the first things that most people check in the morning and at night before they go to bed. So no one knows what's going to happen to social media in the future, or any platform for that matter. So make sure that you own a few parts of that. If tomorrow you happen to be banned from Facebook or Instagram or any other platform, how would you still connect with your audience? Well, of course, with your email list. So allow people to opt in, give them some value. Maybe it's a free download. Maybe it's a free quick video course or some other piece of real value, and make it really valuable to them. Don't just put up some document just because it was easy to put out. Put up some genuine value. Get their email address, get a cell phone number in return. Lastly, I want you to realize that majority of marketing fails. Okay. I always tell everyone to test everything. A lot of what you see online that's working isn't the first version, and probably honestly not even the 10th version of the marketing piece that you're seeing. Understand that a majority of marketing fails because it honestly takes time to find what happens and what works. The thing about marketing is it really depends on you. And what worked for one person might not exactly work for you the same exact way, and vice versa. So test everything and don't be afraid of content that doesn't pop off. Keep trust in the process, keep going, and keep testing. Gary Vee coined the term, 1 is greater than 0. And if you've honestly seen some of his early videos, you'll understand that everyone starts somewhere. And it's usually not very pretty. I have some of those same videos, so I know. If your video changes one person's life, then it was worth it, even if it didn't get seen by thousands. So don't compare your first quarter with someone that's a veteran in the game. Keep posting, keep getting better, keep sharing, and you too will have the videos that someday you'll look back and laugh at too. That being said, I'll leave you with this. Even the best coaches in the world have coaches and mentors. Someday you'll likely have a client that at one point you may have looked up to for advice. I've consulted with billionaires about their businesses, just as I've coached mom and pop shops or entrepreneurs just starting out. You'll find that the world is in need of you as a coach and your ability to help people. Follow and stay in alignment with your passion, your purpose, and always aim to help putting others first. If you simply do that, everything else will fall into place. Thank you guys for having me, and welcome. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Stephan. Appreciate you taking the time to be with us. And I think this is exactly the message that our coaches were looking for in terms of where they go next. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now the time that we have been waiting for. I'm delighted to introduce our 9th cohort of the Coach.me Habit Coach Certification Program. These coaches have studied and practiced and can guide their clients through harnessing momentum to make positive changes. Let's recognize these outstanding graduates. Malika Ahmad helps women of faith consume less sugar so they can thrive in their health and feel fit for their future by starting with a 10-second sugar reset. Lydia Schmel helps women to make an impact by achieving their most ambitious goals without sacrificing their families and other elements of life by starting with the high five habit. Ella Colangelo helps solopreneurs create their brand and launch new projects by setting daily priorities and developing a workflow to become more efficient and mindful by starting with visualization. Julius Garcia helps ambitious people who are stuck, overwhelmed, and need guidance on their next steps by starting with the habit of drinking water. Christine Chucky Hyduk helps pre-diabetic people reduce their risk of developing diabetes by working towards 150 minutes of walking per week. Felix Tigersonic helps musicians and producers actually make music by starting with 2 minutes of daily practice. Nancy Oglesby helps busy women struggling to lose weight by starting with creating a roadmap for the day. Leah Wellborn helps spiritual and creative women empower themselves by connecting with their inner goddess by starting with a magical morning moment. Ty White helps growth-oriented high performers cultivate a playful musical practice by starting with touching an instrument daily. Julian Wolf helps students and freelancers wake up refreshed and energized every morning without hitting snooze. Jeremy Zajonk helps people start and complete their creative projects by taking daily action. All right, congratulations again to our newest certified habit coaches. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been my pleasure to celebrate the hard work of these outstanding coaches.